Welcome to another Avila production. I'm going to show you the results of my brand new hair color Iro Pink on natural hair and on locks, and just talk a little bit about how I did it. I've been wanting to try this brand for a long time. I ran into it and it was years ago. I didn't get around to it. Now I'm getting around to it. I actually ran into someone in person who I had seen on social media. They had an Iro magenta tone in their hair, and I don't remember if it came straight out of the bottle or if it was something they had tweaked for their color, but I do remember that the color was so vibrant and intense that it immediately sold me on trying it. So I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. So we start with this hair color. I bought one tube and this is it, Iro 70 Pink, and it's a 4-ounce container, and I used it down to, I guess if I squish it, it's going to be just about here. I used around half of the content and I diluted it greatly in a conditioner. From what I have seen and from my experience right here, this is a highly pigmented hair color because I diluted this stuff down and it came out bright. Now I have absolutely no idea what I was really going for. I was kind of surprised with how hardcore it came out because it's just so pigmented, and for me that's an extremely good thing. It's just I really didn't know what I was going for. I'm happy with the way it performed, and I'm happy with the way it looks and the quality of it. And I really want to show how it came off on my hair, because while my hair is bleached, it's unstraightened, it's natural hair, it's locks. And I don't think I've ever seen personally anyone do any kind of video with this particular color on locks. If I have, I don't recall seeing it with my kind of hair type. I decided to try this for the first time, Restoring Plus 2 Bonding Plex, and this is OGX, and it is a 13-ounce container. And this conditioner by itself is is just plain white. It's just a plain white conditioner in color, so that's kind of the tradition for mixing in a color like this so you don't get any strange tones to deal with that the conditioner itself is adding. And here's the color of the Iro, which is coming out of the container looking kind of like the brightest fuchsia pink conceivable. It's actually surprisingly warmer than I expected it to be because it's got a strong fuchsia tone to it, some very intense pigment. Very intense pigment, I will go ahead and say. I diluted this stuff down, and I'm going to show you what the dilution looked like because I had some left over. This is the white of that conditioner, and this is the Iro straight out of the tube, so I just kept adding it in until I felt like I got a nice intense pink, like a bubblegum pink over here. And I'm not sure how much that dilution was by the time it was over with, but this is why I'm showing you the color of what it was when I put it in my hair, because that's really the best I can do. I had a plan of how much I was going to use, and then I just kept tweaking it about an additional 3 or 4 times because it wasn't quite what I was looking for. So we go from this in the container to this as a result. And I put it into my hair for between an hour or 2. I was shooting for that half-hour to hour mark, but life was happening and I was busy. I might have gone off and decided to eat. So I basically just left it in that amount of time because I was busy doing something else. There wasn't a whole lot of time to wait, and the color payoff for me is pretty incredible. Now, as far as how it's lasting, what you're seeing right now is the effects after I finished the color and have shampooed it once. As a matter of fact, I don't know how this affects anything, but I even forgot to put conditioner in my hair this time, so it's basically just the effects of the color on my hair. That line of demarcation that you see at different points where it's a little bit darker up here in places and then it's lighter down there is not because of application. It's not user error, and it's not an issue with the hair color itself. It is because I have specifically dyed my hair gradiently and there are just different color shifts. And you can go back and basically see any of my videos over the past 3 months where my hair is in it to see what color it was right before I colored it. Once again, this became this. I know semi-permanent hair colors do not develop, but they have some kind of perhaps oxidization process that often has the color shift between what you're going to end up seeing in the container where you mix it, and then what you're going to end up with on your hair after you apply it. I was going for a really intense medium to dark pink, and I believe that's what I got. Just had absolutely no idea what was going to happen with this brand. I want to be clear, I don't have displeasure. I wasn't 100% solid on what I wanted with my color. I just wanted it to look nicer and robust. So I felt like I needed a refresh, and I did it, and I've been living in a state of pretty strong contentment with this. I feel better when I'm recording videos and I know I'm putting myself out there. I love the pop of color. I love the contrast between my natural color and this coming in. I love the way it came out, and I'm really happy with the way it's functioned inside of my locks. It's not like you're putting something in your hair that's got peroxide in it. However, with the semi-permanents, the demi-permanents, the moisturizing tints, things like that, you get different levels of moisturization or dryness that you come out with. I remember trying something I believe was called Punky Colors. I wasn't a fan of that because the smell really did not fit with my capabilities, and the extreme perfumey nature of that stuff really clashed, and I also felt it wasn't a great scent, personal opinion. But I do remember the color being really intense and awesome, and I remember that when I put it in my hair, even though I mixed it with conditioner, my hair just felt very dry, like something had been sucked from it, like it hadn't been given back, despite the fact that I used a conditioner to apply it. And then we go into something like my main favorite, Manic Panic, which is, I think, the hilt of conditioning experiences for me. After I use Manic Panic on my hair, which I don't usually mix with a conditioner or dilute in any way, I'm just using it straight out of the jar. After I use that on my hair comes out feeling like I've done some kind of restorative conditioning treatment on it. And that, for natural hair, for my type of hair, for my genetics, and for having locks that I have chosen to bleach or lighten in any way, shape, or form, is an extreme plus. I'm looking for that. I love that experience. So while I did mix the hair color into a conditioner in this case, and that's not quite the same as using just a plain hair color that's inherently conditioning, I do feel like this is on the higher end of stuff that left my hair feeling moisturized, and that's also amazing because I frankly have not been moisturizing my hair properly recently, and so I went into this with it feeling a little bit drier than I wanted it to. So I'm happy with that experience, whether or not I've mixed them into a conditioner. And once again, I dyed my hair, I lightened it gradiently. I believe that the distribution of it is even and lovely. There are no patches where it just didn't cling. It went on the way I applied it. You don't see any big, huge missing patches. There are no places where there's a whole bunch of blonde that is coming through, or where something turned weirdly orange. Nothing reacted weirdly with anything else in my hair and went blue or purple. Sometimes that stuff will happen. You'll end up with a weird green you weren't expecting. I'm just really happy with the way it applied. I also want to mention I feel it's pretty cost effective. Once I locked my hair and realized how much product my hair was going to absorb, some of these colors became slightly less appealing to me because I knew I would be sinking bottle after bottle after bottle into it trying to get good color payoff. Please try and tell me that's not good color payoff. I feel like this is more intense than what I had mixed in the container. Just FY-izzle. And it's probably going to fade out great on me. One of the things I love about pink, when I've got no energy for no thing, pink is going to go in your hair pink, it's going to fade to pink, it's going to fade more and become more pink, and once it's completely faded out, it's basically still very famously going to be pink. In fact, you might try to bleach that sucker and it will still be pink, so that's a warning sign. Sometimes colors like this, these intense pinks especially, are kind of famous for locking into your hair and just not coming out no matter what you do to eliminate them, so be aware of that. I don't know if that's the case with this, and I won't be testing it because I'm not doing color removing, I'm not doing bleaching, and I'm pretty happy to leave it in for the long haul, so I'm about to go around the world again and back again, keep talking about it, keep chatting about it, keep repeating myself. Got no idea what I'm doing anymore, so I'm closing the video here. God bless you people, have a great day. That's about it. Bye now. And from what I understand, oh listen, loud electronic beeping. That's fun. Apparently something is backing their thing up. I wasn't trying to actually touch my skin. Because I do have color treated hair, I put more moisture into it. What? Why am I talking about this? I have done everything from leaving it in. Really? It beeps as soon as I start speaking? Wow. I'm gonna start speaking as soon as you start beeping and see how you like it. Anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a great big thumbs up, so to speak. Oh my gosh. Get back to it. Nothing but to do it. Stop beeping.